Morning grade 11s, we are busy with another interpretation of functions. So let's look at this picture. It's about a hyperbola and a straight line. So we've got the equation of the straight line, but we haven't got the equation of the hyperbola. The first question is determine the equation of the hyperbola. We have the vertical asymptote, and we see that this parabola didn't shift up or downwards. So we can write down our standard equation of the parabola as y equals a, and we can clearly see x minus p plus q. So let's quickly see what we've got over here. We've got there one coordinate, so we've got a y and an x value, and then we've got the p and the q, so we can easily determine a. So kom ons sit vir ons het die y afsnit van minus 1, en dan is x 0, en ons p waarde, hy het 2 eenhede na regs geskuif, so daarom is dit minus 2 plus 0, want hy het niks op of afgeskuif nie. So let's quickly determine the value of a. So a, if you do cross multiplication, equals 2. So die vergelijking van my hyperbool gx gaan dan wees 2 op x minus 2 plus 0. Okay, that's the equation of my hyperbola. Skryf die definisie versameling van G neer. I need the domain of G. The domain of G will be all the x values starting from minus infinity tot voor 2. So dis minus oneindig tot voor 2 of dan van na 2 tot by oneindig. You can also write it as x element of R, but x may not be 2. Also fine. Good, next question. Determine the equation of S, the symmetrical axis of G. S, the symmetrical axis of G. This is this guy, this is S. Die symmetrische, dis die negatiewe symmetrische as. So ons weet dat hy is altyd, y is gelyk aan minus x plus q. So I need the value of q. So I'm gonna insert that cutting of the x value and y value as 2, 0. So as ek dan vir q kry, dan sien ons not 2, 0, 2, 0, that q equals 2. So die naam van hierdie symmetriese as is gelyk aan, let's write it there, Sx equals minus x plus 2. Vergelyking van my symmetriese as. Good, then I've got the coordinates of A and B. Determine the coordinates of A and B. That's where the hyperbola and this straight line intersect. So if it intersects, I equal it to each other. So ek gaan gx en fx gelykstel aan mekaar. So gx is 2x met 2, wat gelyk is aan 5 minus x. So ek kan al twee kante maar 'n breek maak, and then I can cross multiply again. So ek het x minus 2 maal 5 minus x, wat gelyk is aan 2. So you can use the arrow method or the FOIL method, die e-mal methode. So x maal 5 is 5x, x maal minus x is minus x kwadraat, minus 2 maal 5 is minus 10, en minus 2 maal minus x is plus 2x, minus 2 gelyk aan 0. Okay, then we've got minus x squared plus 7x minus 12 equals 0, en dan het ons x kwadraat minus 7x plus 12, as ek dwarsdeur maal met 0, so ek kan kry x is dan 4 maal 3, minus 4, en minus 3, and there's two x values, x equals 4 or x equals 3. Goed, so ons weet nou dat hierdie waardetjie gaan wees 3 en daai waarde gaan wees 4. Now I can do substitution into any one of the two functions. Kom ons gebruik sommer die reguit lyn om die y-maatjies te kry. As ek 4 in x se plek instel is y1 of as ek 3 in x se plek insit is y gelyk aan 2. So ek het 2 en ek het 1. That's my A and B coordinates. Determine the average gradient between A and B. The average gradient between A and B. So ons het 'n formule vir die average gradient of die gemiddelde gradient. Average gradient, remember, it's YA minus YB on XA minus XB. En ons het dan ook gaan leer as dit is FXA minus FXB. That's the actual formula on XA minus XB. It means exactly the same. Kom ons gaan kyk. Die y-waarde van A is 2. Y-waarde van B is 1 op x-waarde van A minus die y-waarde van, die x-waarde van B. So ek het 1 op minus 1 en dis gelyk aan min 1. It's a descending line. And then, the next question, if y equals A on x plus B is the reflection of G in the y-axis, determine the values of A and B. Goed, y equals A on x plus B. This is now the reflection of G in the y-axis. The reflection of G in the y-axis. If we draw a picture of the reflection of G in the y-axis, then we reflect the asymptote 2. So this guy is now going to reflect to there. And it's this guy is going to reflect over this line. Just quickly. It's lying over there now. So now it's reflecting over this line. So it's going to just get my thingy straight now. Daai ou die gaan so omslaan en daai ou die gaan over the y-axis. It's going to lie over there, like that. Okay, reflection in the y-axis. So they want the values of A and B. As ons reflekteer in die y-as, dan word ons x-waarde negatief. So ek gaan y is gelyk aan 2 minus x minus 2. Minus x minus 2. That's a reflection in. If you want to move the minus upwards, you can do this. Just be careful. You can take out the minus, so it's going to be x plus 2 then. And then if you take it upwards, it's going to be minus 2x plus 2. Ons kyk net weer daarna. Juffrou het die x-waarde negatief gemaak, want hy reflekteer in die y-as. So ek sit net 'n minus voor die x, dan haal ek 'n minus uit as ek wil, en dan skuif ek hom boontoe. You can leave it like that, but if you want to have a nice look, see this is now in better standard form. Ek het 'n negatiewe hiperbool en nou 2 eenhede na links geskuif. Now I can clearly see it by manipulating it mathematically so it's in a more understandable standard form. Goed, so ons gaan hom maar so heen skryf dan. Okay, you must do that. You must do that according to the book. Okay, dan sê hulle indien A is gx plus p plus q. Okay, let's write that down. I say if y equals a x plus p. Okay, let's quickly see plus q. We give a standard equation. A is gelyk aan a, x plus p plus q. Okay. Is a vertical asymptote if that got a vertical asymptote of x equals 4. Vertical asymptote of x equals 4. Then the question is, if that got a vertical asymptote x equals 4 and it goes through the point 6, 4. 6, 4, it goes through the point 6, 4. Give the values of P and Q. Give the values of P and Q. Okay, let's quickly think about this. The graph of G is being shifted 2 units. If you look at G over there, it shifted 2 units to the right, isn't it? Shifted 2 units to the right, so therefore, P equals minus 2. Right? And now, if you think of this, now the vertical asymptote is not at 2 anymore, but it's now at 4. So it moved 2 units more to the right, isn't it? So now, if we look at our equation, I'm going to just throw this out. So if we go to our gx or our equation, we've got the 2 and it moved, it's now going through 4, so it moved 2 units more to the right, and now you can add plus q and insert the coördinate 6 and 4, so ek het 4 in y se plek en ek het 6 in x se plek to determine the value of q. So ek het 4 is gelyk aan 2 op 2 wat 1 is, en as ek die 1 oor is gelyk aan vat, dan het ek q gelyk aan 3. So the value of q now equals 3. So they asked, what's the value of P? So the value of P is going to be the equation shifted 2 units more to the right, and the value of Q is then going to be 3. Goed, graad 11, kom ons gaan oefen daai waar ons hierdie interpretasies van grafieke doen deeglik, want dit is hoe dit in die vraestelle verskyn. Sien julle later vir die volgende les.